Hi, Michael Falato here from GTM Full Throttle. We have our Full Throttle Leaders podcast today with Bekkah Sappington. How you doing, Bekkah?
I'm well. How are you, Michael?
So tell us a little bit about Conexiom and why you just joined them.
Yeah, it's a very exciting product. We've been around for just over around 10 years, and the company has really evolved their product line as well as their strategy. And we're going to be having a pretty big product release here on September 1st. So check us back on LinkedIn on that day to see our big splash. But really, what brought me to the company was just fantastic leader. So we're led by Michelle, and she has done a tremendous amount of work both at Qualtrics as well as with a previous company that she owned. And that's really what lured me along with a former CMO that I worked with. It's
Uh,
an exciting product, and it is going to unlock a lot of really amazing stuff for our ERP clients.
and what kind of makes them different, you would say, and why, because you obviously want to join a company that has something unique. What would you feel like, okay, this is a no-brainer for me?
Yeah, I think the fact that they set the stage early with their product, and they are iterating at a rate that, our competitors just can't keep up with. And I really think that we're going to see that on September 1st when we have that big splash. But the fact that they really did start early with AI implementation and
Mhm.
trying to convert orders using AI early, um, helped differentiate them from the competition. And now we're just going to see that unlock even more. And that really was kind of the no-brainer to me that they have a core architecture that really can help us and help our clients as we go forward.
It's mostly order automation for manufacturers and distributors, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
And who's one of the other players in this spot, and what is it that you guys use AI faster, better, cheaper, more efficient than them?
Yeah, I would say that we have tested a lot of our AI features and have gotten to the point where we now can do it faster, better, cheaper than others, right? So a lot of the competition is probably just getting into being able to make those claims, or maybe they've tested it for the last 5 years, whereas we've been testing it for the last 15, 20 years, right? And we've been
Mhm.
seeing a lot of success. So again, it kind of goes back to that formation, right? Like we're not starting with an alpha or a beta product. We're starting with a very strong product and we are evolving from there. And that really was the no-brainer for me is that this is a product that I know will take fire and really be able to deliver those lasting results, not just the quick flash in the pan, where some of these other AI tools might be able to do some things, but can't really deliver across the board.
And it's out of Vancouver, if I'm correct.
Yeah, they're based out of Vancouver and they've got offices also in Kitchener, which is near Toronto.
Oh.
And then they've got a large remote base of employees throughout the US. We've even got folks that are based in the UK. And I think they've got a couple people in APAC as well.
It looks like there's a conference in my neck of the woods in Orlando here this week.
Yeah, yeah. This is our Epicor. They call it P21 conference that's happening. We've actually got a booth set up. So if you feel like going down there and checking it out, Michael, please do. They'd love
Yeah,
to have you.
it's Epicor is that's another software. I've heard that company name before. No.
Yeah, Epicor is another software, and we
Yeah.
partner with them.
Uh-huh.
And we work together to try to create, again, unlock those insights for those customers that Epicor is dealing with, and they leverage our tool,
Okay.
and vice versa. Yeah.
And tell us kind of how you got into the whole side of sale. Is it sales enablement and revenue enablement, or is there one side that you kind of work on more than the other?
Yeah, I would say I'm focused on operations, go-to-market operations,
Okay.
and really helping across there. So for me, I started my career way back at a really small IT company. It was really more of like just a B2B SaaS. It's called IT Savvy, and they've now since been purchased by, oh, I can't think of who it was. It just came through the other day, but they've been purchased by someone else. And I was really the jack of all trades at that company. So I was running partner events, running the website, also helping with lead qualification, sales enablement. and realized that this was the area I wanted to be in, was really bringing to life marketing plans and helping sales leaders execute on their sales plans.
What would you say the biggest lesson you've learned in the last year, if either tactic or strategy that either helped or hurt what you're trying to do? But if it hurt, you learned fast and you adapted.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that's hurt is not clearly defining what it is you are wanting to go after and then purchasing or rolling out a process that doesn't have a clearly defined
Mm.
objective or a defined KPI by which you can measure. I've had that happen. Business leaders or a business leader, an executive may have an idea and they want us to execute and they want us to move quickly, and maybe sometimes it's acquiring a new tool, other times maybe it's deploying a new process or a new plan, but we don't really have the mechanism in place to measure it. It just creates so much internal thrash, especially across the go-to-market teams, because they really do have to anchor on why are we doing this? Why does this matter? And ultimately, what will this do for the business? And if you can't answer those questions, it's really a no-brainer. You shouldn't be starting if you can't answer those.
How about your marketing and sales team? Like, do you have BDRs? You have AEs, field, inside sales? Give us a little not explanation, but a little detail on how your company's built out for your go-to-market.
Yeah, so where I am presently, we do have a sales team, and we also have some external sources that we leverage
Mhm.
for, the qualification. Something I've seen in my career that really does work quite well is this is where you can use an AI, especially on your website, to pre-qualify those leads before it even reaches your sales team. So, obviously there's systems out there like Clay that you can use, but I've had tremendous success with a company called Qualified, which has also now been purchased by Salesforce. Go figure. But that's another wonderful tool that really helped qualify all your leads prior to getting into the hands of your sellers with tactical questions. And it was done in a thoughtful way that ensured that the individual on the other side and didn't just feel like they were filling out a form
Yeah.
endlessly, right? Like they were having a conversation and engaging. There are some other interesting tools that I've seen that I haven't yet deployed. There's one called Peel AI or Get Peel. And that one I found to be really insightful. And it also creates that dialogue, which more and more companies are starting to move to voice to text. I know there's tons of commercials right now around like Chat GPT, and
Yeah.
I'm sure people have
I
seen.
use Whisper and I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know some people use Whisper, and I feel like more and more the generation that's below, they want to have that voice to text. That's how most of the interlog happens. It's not on a phone call. They just want to be able to talk with the AI and have it conversate back and forth. And so I think the more companies are iterating towards that and meeting people where they are, those are the ones that are likely going to stick around for the next 10, 15 years.
What's your 5-year plan for yourself?
I'd love to escalate and become a VP, and be able to help the business be successful, obviously.
Hmm.
But really starting to empower teams and growing teams. That's always been my game plan. And whether that's a VP or a director, I just like empowering people to be able to be successful, be of service to others, make sure that they feel valued and that they can feel connected to the work.
So for my audience, who do you want to reach out to you and how should they reach out to you?
Definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. Always happy to grow my network. So send me a LinkedIn request. That's probably the best way to reach out to me.
Well, thanks for being on the call today, and we look forward to keeping in touch.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks again.